Back in Oceanside, just ahead of third-ranked Centennial Corona and 13th-ranked St. Bonaventure, the fourth and final game of the UT San Diego Honor Bowl. Heck of an event for the second year. Everyone should be very proud. And let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcast crew, and that's Courtney Sweet working the sideline. Courtney?
Hey guys, well listen, the theme for tonight is offense. Corona Centennial quarterback Robert Weber threw for almost 4,000 yards last year, and his coach Matt Logan is one of the best offensive minds in the state. Then on the other side, you have St. Bonaventure quarterback Ricky Town, who's not so shabby himself. In fact, he just committed to Alabama. We're in for a high-scoring game. I'm ready, hope y'all are ready, and I definitely hope whoever's running the scoreboard is ready. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Courtney. That's an outstanding point. Centennial won the toss. They'll receive. Let's introduce you to their starters, and as Courtney talked about, Robert Weber, the quarterback there, he had 43 touchdowns a season ago, Coach. That shattered Taylor Martinez's mark of 28. Yes, the Nebraska quarterback, Taylor Martinez. Now, on the other side, defensively for St. Bonaventure, they have to try and control a Centennial offense that last year had over 8,000 total yards, and in the middle, a couple of names that'll stand out. Schimmel, the linebacker, had 8 tackles last week, along with Jason Farlow, number 7. He had 8 tackles as well. Let's introduce you to the two coaches. And for St. Bonaventure, that is, John Muller is a first-year head coach. He took over July about the 13th with 3 weeks to go before camp after Todd Therian left over a personal matter there. So this is just his second game as a head coach. He's been an assistant here at St. Bonaventure. And on the other sideline, a man who really doesn't need much introduction, that would be Matt Logan in his 16th year, 173 wins and just 39 losses.
That's absolutely amazing. And his team had a good week of practice. They're looking to have a big game tonight. And you take a look at Coach Muller on the other side. Actually from San Diego County, went to St. Augustine High School.
That's right. Let's revisit John Quintera's keys to the game. John?
Well, I think it's key. Really, both ball clubs tonight have to limit their turnover. St. Bonaventure, hopefully for them, they won't turn it over. And you've got to definitely stop Trey Watson coming out of that backfield, either running it or catching it. Centennial, on the other hand, they need to protect their quarterback, Weber, who can put up big numbers. And they've got to be able to defensively to deal with Ricky Town and really contain him and bottle him up.
Well, the players have taken the field now for the opening kickoff. It'll be Centennial who will receive the football after winning the toss. St. Bonaventure out of Ventura. They're a Pac-5 team. Out of the Inland Empire is Corona Centennial. Corona Centennial will be in black. And you're looking in right there on the kickoff team of St. Bonaventure. They are in white, trimmed with green in the green pads. And both teams are 1-0, having won their first game of the year to open up the season. About ready to kick off the fourth and final ball game in the UT San Diego Honor Bowl. And this is Jesse Kelly, a senior kicker, about ready to get the proceedings started here as we honor the military and their transition back into civilian life. And a smart kick. Make sure Corona Centennial starts at the 20 and doesn't have an opportunity to get a running start in their kicking game.
That'll be interesting. Last year, St. Bonaventure won this ball game 40-35. Coach Logan said that he knows that Ricky Town will put up numbers. He goes, but we just got to try to slow him down. On the other hand, Coach Logan's got an outstanding quarterback in senior Robert Weber. We're going to see him throw the ball a lot. He's very active in and out of the pocket.
Look at those numbers last year, throwing for almost 4,000 yards, shattering the touchdown mark of Taylor Martinez, who had 28. He'll start out of the shotgun, and Weber will keep it. And Weber up near the 25-yard line, a gain of 4 yards on the first touch of the ball game for Centennial.
You know, when they showed those graphics, 41 touchdown passes, only 5 interceptions. If you go into a season trying to better that, boy, you're really, you're setting yourself up for failure. That's an incredible season.
He's going to throw for the first time and nearly got intercepted. Kevin Taylor, a junior for St. Bonaventure, nearly picked that one.
Well, he was trying to get a hold of his wide receiver, Rodolfo Benuelos, down the near sideline, and Benuelos went up the field, and Weber threw it like he was going to run an out pattern. A little miscommunication on the second play of the game.
Centennial without a huddle to start. Looking at a 3rd down and 5.
Look at the line splits right there. Really spreads out that defense.
Big offensive line in front of them, including a kid going to Alabama. And there's a loose ball. Was it caught and fumbled? Let's see. Our officials will have the final say.
I think he was down on the ground. There's no visible evidence from the officials. And once again, Centennial going to go right to the ball.
That is a 1st down catch.
That ball was out.
Eric Lachlan, a 6-foot senior, had a couple of catches in their opener. That opener, they beat Liberty of Henderson, Nevada, 60-42. That was last Friday at home. They had 632 total yards in Centennial. Staying on the ground, and Trey Watson with his first carry, and not much there. It was Jason Farlow, the senior, 8 tackles last week with a stop.
And he really exploded through the hole there and made the play.
Again, it's a very, very quick pace. Centennial could wind up running close to 100 plays by the end of the night.
That's working well if you're moving the ball, but you also don't want to put your defense at jeopardy going 3 downs and out.
Here's Weber. Weber throwing it out of the backfield, and the catch is made, but not much of a gain there. Grayson Bankhead, a junior, 8 catches for 73 yards in the opener, but not much there.
Not much there at all. Again, both these defenses, Steve, are very, very quick, and something like that's going to be a little bit slow developing, and linebackers and secondary guys are going to be able to come up and make plays.
St. Bonaventure's defense so far up to the challenge. They just threw Centennial and Grayson Bankhead for a loss of 5 yards, bringing up 3rd down and 14. Weber firing downfield, and a great catch made. That's Eric Lachlan. Lachlan will be taken down to the 15-yard line. Oh, my goodness. A big play for Centennial on their opening drive.
Well, Lachlan coming from his slot spot, just running straight up the seam and catching that ball and doing a great job of catching it with 2 hands, staying in stride. 2 catches last week in their win for 17 yards. That was a huge play early.
Needed 15. They got 56 yards. Weber to the end zone, and he overthrows Grayson Bankhead.
Take a look at this. This is Lachlan coming off the line of scrimmage, just coming straight up the seam, and perfect strike by Weber. Just didn't have quite enough to get into the end zone, but still a great individual effort after catching the ball. It looked like he may have gotten face masked a little bit as he was being brought down.
Big 3rd down conversion. They converted a 3rd and 14 for 56 yards and a 1st down. Now 2nd down and 10 from the 15, and Weber again, and it is a high throw, incomplete, intended for Rudolfo Benuelos. And Benuelos, a 6'4" senior, can't come down with it.
Benuelos has got to be mad at himself, because as he was turning inside, that ball's there. It wasn't a perfect spiral, but that's a ball Rudolfo normally will catch, Steve.
Speaking of catch, I'm unable to catch my breath right now with the Centennial offense.
I ask St. Bonaventure's defense.
Play being called in from the sideline by Centennial Corona.
Exciting, though, isn't it?
It is. You can see why last year over 8,000 total yards, breaking a state record, which, by the way, they held. More on that here in a moment. Weber, a quick throw and a catch. And that is Eric Lachlan, who just had the 56-yard catch. And Lachlan about 5 yards shy of a 1st down.
Well, the one thing I think you're going to notice as you watch this game tonight, both teams fundamentally are very good, but both teams are very good at tackling. And even though St. Bonaventure's given up a couple of big plays here early, they do a good job of not missing tackles.
They're going to try for the field goal now as they can't convert a 2nd 3rd down, and Jake Perez sends it on its way, and it's no good. Opening drive of the game for Centennial. They march all the way down into the red zone and can't convert on a short little field goal.
That hurts right there, because they really were marching, and give St. Bonaventure defense a lot of credit. They gave up that big pass play from Weber to Lachlan, and then they did a great job of really snuffing out the remainder of that drive.
And now our first look at Ricky Town, a 6'4" junior who will matriculate at Alabama in 2 years. And they're keeping it on the ground. Marcus Chambers with the first carry of the game. Let's introduce you to the starters for St. Bonaventure and the Seraphs. We'll wait after this play, and we'll do it again after Town runs another play. They're going mano-a-mano with no huddle offenses on both sides. Town will take off. Town gets a great block and gets wrestled down awfully close to the first down at the 30. A good spot, and he'll have the first down make of the game for St. Bonaventure. Porter Brandt there on the offensive line. ASV Vice President, the only senior on the line. Lemus is a sophomore. He's number 76. And Richard Lucero will be one of the top targets here tonight for Town. And that play is blown dead. Let's take a look at Centennial's defense here before we run another play with 8:33 to go in the first quarter.
Austin roll across line of scrimmage.
And Malo Atta is USC bound, already a USC commit. Big senior. Here's a throw and a catch. They gave the first down to Town on that last run. He completes a 6-yard throw right there. And it's Bryce Dixon, very sought-after tight end, 6'4" senior.
Well, Dixon running a real quick in route there, and perfect timing by Town and Dixon. They were definitely on the same page. Dixon himself a 3-star recruit.
Town out of the shotgun. 4 receivers in which to work with. And he dumps it off on the tight end screen, and it's Bryce Dixon. Ball is loose. There's a scrum for it. And let's see, did Centennial come away with it? They say they did. There'll be some wrestling away at the bottom of that pile right now, and we'll see who came away with it.
Looked like it changed hands 2 or 3 different times there.
And it, in fact, is Centennial that comes away with it. Jairi Stewart, a junior defensive back, comes out of the scrum with a pigskin.
Let's see, this was developing into being a fantastic play, but just a great initial hit, jarred that football loose. Chacho Ulola making a great hit right there.
Coming in, okay? Find straight coming in, get ready to turn and run, okay?
So we've had a missed field goal, a turnover, a fumble, the first turnover of the night for either side. And Centennial will have it at their own 48-yard line, second possession. And not much there for Robert Weber. Again, this is a spread option attack, so you will see Weber run quite a bit and throw. Weber orchestrated a 9-play drive that covered 69 yards on their opening drive, but no score because of the missed field goal.
Like I said a couple of minutes ago, both teams do a great job of tackling.
And we're going to have a penalty flag, and the early indication is it's coming against St. Bonaventure.
We got dead ball, encroachment on the defense. Still second down.
So Centennial will take the 5 yards, second down and 5 now at the 47-yard line of St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, they'll be more than happy to take 5 free yards because every yard you gain in this game is going to be well earned.
Mike Downing is our head referee here tonight. Weber to throw, looks comfortable in the pocket, and another completion for a first down. How about that? It looks just so easy. That's Barry Ware. 16 touchdown grabs last season. That was a school record.
Well, a deep in route, little slant pattern by Barry Ware, who's going to be going to UCLA. He's already given them a verbal, and he's a big, strong, physical wideout.
On the ground, that is Trey Watson, the senior. He's cow-bound. And a 5-yard run right there for Trey Watts.
You know, one thing when you take a look at Weber, when he gets down around the goal line, you got guys like Ware, 6'3", and Benuelo, 6'4". I mean, a lot of alley-oop, jump ball type situations against a lot of the smaller defensive backs they face in high school.
Almost halfway home in the opening quarter. Second possession of the game for Centennial, and Weber gets pulled down. It's a nice play right there. Mark Zavello, the junior. This St. Bonaventure team last week beat L.A. Garfield 42-14.
It was almost like Zavala just kind of sniffed that out, didn't over-pursue, realized he had his man beat, and kind of slowed down and wait for Weber to make his move.
Weber to throw again, fires it to the far sideline, and that is dropped. Intended for Javon McKinley. Boy, he likes to spread it around. We've called the names of at least 5 separate receivers already here on what is just the second possession of the game.
You know, if I'm a young skilled guy, which I never was, I was a big guy.
Me either.
You know, play a little tight end, but for the most part, I mean, this would be a really, really fun offense to be a part of if you were a skilled guy, a back or a receiver or a quarterback.
This offense in 2012 broke the state record for the most yards in a season, 8,573, and they eclipsed the 2010 mark of Centennial Corona. Weber for the end zone, and nobody there. And it is St. Bonaventure's defense that holds again. Grayson Bankhead was the target, but perhaps ran a different route than they asked for.
Well, Weber's walking over to him and say, hey, which way you going? And the problem was Bankhead, I'm not sure he knew. He had gone straight up the field. He faked like he was going to run an out. Then it looked like he was running a post. And at the end of the day, he never ran either one of those. Kind of gave up on there at the end.
So turning it over on downs is Centennial. And Ricky Town back to work. And Town to Marcus Chambers. And Chambers with a first down run for St. Bonaventure.
See, really, this comes down to tempo. And if one team can get the jump on the other and really have a sustained drive and keep that team's defense on the field, it's going to give the offensive team that's moving their defense plenty of time to rest, because your defense could be exhausted at the end of the night.
Town flings it in there to Bryce Dixon, and Dixon can't handle it.
I think both of these coaches have a lot of confidence in their offense. I think they have a lot of confidence in their defense as well. But I also think in a game like this, because there is so much pressure put on the defense, as an offensive coach and as a head coach as well, you've got to protect your defense a little bit, or they're going to be gassed by the middle of the third period.
These two teams have tangled a couple times in recent years, with St. Bonaventure having beaten Centennial twice the last 2 times, including last year, 40-35. Town is elusive and finally goes down back at the 35-yard line. All over him was Tucker Robinson, a 205-pound junior.
Tucker Robinson, big game last week with 7 tackles and hanging in there. Town, great second effort, not getting a whole lot of help from his offensive line that time. Got too many of those offensive linemen standing around looking to block. Hey, you got to go find somebody to block.
Brings up a 3rd down and 14. William Nicholson also doing a nice job getting there first to Town, although he didn't put him away. From the 35-yard line. Town has time in the pocket, flings it out at the first down marker, and a catch is made over there by Dixon, and he'll get a very favorable spot right at the 50 for a Seraphs first down.
I don't see where that, the fans didn't like the spot. I thought it was a fair spot. Dixon doing a good job securing the football. The official right on top of the play.
Ricky Town is going to Alabama. Could have a chance to win national championships in the SEC.
Well, he's verbal to Alabama, but he's only a junior. So if I'm USC, I'm UCLA, I'm Ohio State, whoever, I'm going to still continue to recruit him even though he's already verbal.
Andrew McCarron, or A.J. McCarron rather, the quarterback now at Alabama. Ball is at the 35-yard line. Was there a penalty there that we missed, Coach? Yeah. Personal foul going against Centennial after the play. So the ball's at the 35-yard line. And there is Marcus Chambers. Chambers last week, 10 carries, 110 yards in that win over L.A. Garfield. A couple of touchdowns in week 1.
You know, the other thing, apparently Ricky, really liked Alabama, but really developed a nice relationship with Doug Nussmeier, the offensive coordinator. So, hey, how about if Nussmeier gets a job in the SEC? Who knows? You never know.
That's right.
Until you sign on the dotted line.
Manu Namora with that stop. Town to throw, and a high throw, and a catch is made inside the red zone. A great grab there. And the catch is made by John McGill, a 6'3 junior.
Yeah, big, strong, physical tight end. Coming off, just running up the field, quick in. McGill catching the ball, doing a great job of securing it, taking the hit. Town has good numbers, but he's also got some good guys he's throwing the ball to.
Looks so comfortable in the pocket. Play action, and he rolls out. Throwing off his back foot for the corner of the end zone. And the front corner, and it was caught, but out of bounds. That was Richard Lucero, is going to be one of the top targets here, not only in this game, but all season long for Ricky Town. Now, in the last game, the officials would have called that a touchdown.
That poor back judge took a lot of heat because they showed it on the big TV screen. That last play, and the only thing I wanted to show is how patient Town was. And then when he threw it to where only his guy could catch the ball. I mean, that's great intelligence on his part, but also he's been coached extremely well.
I hope that photographer has Aflac down there. Going to need it. He got run over. Second drive of the ball game for St. Bonaventure. They're 1-0. And here is Chambers. Chambers trying to go left and nothing there. That's a tremendous play right there by Chacho Uloa, a 6-foot sophomore. Just a sophomore getting there out of his safety position.
Yeah, Chacho's made a couple of big plays already in this ball game. He jarred the ball loose on that first turnover by St. Bonaventure and coming up with a big play right there.
Centennial getting away with a face mask, if you saw that on the replay. 3rd and 9 now, coming up on 3:30 to go opening quarter. Town setting up the screen and throws it for Chambers. Chambers to the 10-5, and Chambers outreaches the left arm. Is he in? Yes, touchdown.
I think the defensive coaches right now, Centennial, are really, really upset because they knew and they had coached their tail off this week on that play right there. And you can see the frustration of coaches jumping up and down when they saw that play develop.
They score on the screen pass to take a 6-0 lead. And it's St. Bonaventure, who won in this matchup last year 40-35, who strikes first. And the extra point by Jesse Kelly is straight through. And it's St. Bonaventure with a 7-0 lead as Town throws his 5th touchdown of the season. That's pretty effective. 9 plays, 73 yards. Took just 2:33, and they convert on a big 3rd down and 9. Well, tune into Game Changers Thursday nights at 8 p.m. right here on Time Warner Cable. Game Changers tells the inspiring stories of Southern California high school coaches that have won championships, changed their sport, and the lives of their players. Game Changers every Thursday night at 8 p.m. right here on Channel 825 in San Diego and 354 in Los Angeles on Time Warner Cable. Well, John Muller in his first year, just his 2nd game as a head coach, after Todd Therian left with about 3 weeks to go before the start of camp. This team's off to a 7-0 lead as they try and get to 2-0.
And they look very crisp. They did have the turnover, but they've also done a good job of slowing down Centennial a couple of different times. It looked like Centennial may find pay dirt. One was a missed field goal. The other was a turnover. And overall, been a good first quarter, and I guarantee you that 7 points, that won't be the only 7 we see tonight. There are going to be a lot of points put on the board in this one.
75 total points the last time they played early last year. St. Bonaventure actually was the #1 seed last year in the Pac-5 playoffs, but wound up losing to Mater Dei on a foggy night in Ventura. This is returnable. Barry Ware has it, gets a block, and Ware explosive. And it's Kelly, the kicker, who trips him up at the 40-yard line.
Well, Barry's going to hear about that. Allowing a kicker to bring him down. When he exploded through that group of ball players, it looked like he may take it the distance, but final man doing a good job, not committing. Look at that. That's a good tackle by a kicker, huh?
Are you kidding me? That is a heck of a tackle. Touchdown saving tackle by Jesse Kelly. By the way, he's listed too as a defensive back, so he's got the skills and the fundamentals. Here's
stayed
Weber.
low and delivered the hit.
Yep, third drive of the game, and he slings it out far side to Barry Ware as they start to get him in the offense. And he tries to fight for the first down. Yep.
You don't want those guys going into that down marker. When in doubt, drop that down marker.
UCLA is getting a good one. Ware is 6'3", 205 pounds. 16 touchdown grabs last season, a school record for him. 6 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown in the opener last week for Centennial, beating Henderson Liberty High School, scoring 60. And ringing up 632 total yards. Weber to a wide open Javon McKinley. And McKinley has a first down as he gets to the 40.
McKinley was wide open. Did you see how quickly that defense rallied to the ball? That's just excellent, excellent defense.
I think it was Kevin Taylor the first to get there, and it was in fact Kevin Taylor. This is Ware, and Ware with an 8-yard run on first down. Check it, Trey Watson, not Ware.
Yeah, Trey hadn't had much action in this first quarter. He's been more of a decoy.
Kid got 8 right there. He averages 9.1 yards per carry. And enough for a first down right there. Grayson Bankhead with the catch from Weber.
Well, here they come marching right back down the field.
Has the makings of an arena ball game, does it not?
Yeah, it does.
Like we're watching the San Diego Riptide and the LA Cobras. There is a player down for St. Bonaventure. They have a momentary break in the action as they get him off the field quickly. But now they've need to make some defensive personnel changes right here. They're all confused, St. Bonaventure.
There's the last play right here.
And here we go. Here's Watson again, and Watson up the middle. And Watson to the 20-yard line.
Now this is the area where they're bogged down a couple of different times tonight. Let's see if they can sustain it. Now St. Bonaventure wanting to take a timeout, and I think give their defensive front a little bit of a blow, but I also think they want to really stop the rhythm and the timing right now of Centennial, because they're really got a nice rhythm going.
This is the second time that Centennial has been in the red zone. The first time they got there on a 56-yard pass and then wound up missing a field goal. And their second possession, they turned it over on downs. Now their third possession here. And yeah, they were out of sync, was the defense of St. Bonaventure.
I have a feeling this Centennial offense can get a lot of teams' defense out of sync.
We're at Oceanside High School. This is the second year of the remake here at Simcox Field.
Fantastic. And, you know, John Carroll, the head coach, done such an incredible job. 24 years up here on the job. Got one of the finest football programs in the state. Dave Barrett, longtime baseball coach, athletic director. And it's really brought a lot of pride back, I think, to the Oceanside High School sports program.
Second and 5. Here's Watson, and Watson with a touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown run for Trey Watson, who had 5 touchdown runs in the opener last week. And it's a 1-point ball game.
This is power football right here. Just giving Watson the opportunity to kind of pick a hole, and he picked the right hole. There's no question. Boy, he exploded through there. I can see why Sonny Dykes at Cal real high on him.
He's a very tired young man last week. He had to carry the ball 33 times for 319 yards in those 5 TDs I spoke of. They're going to go for 2. And Weber going to try and keep, and Weber gets down to the 2-yard line, and the 2-point try is no good. And so St. Bonaventure out of Ventura hanging on to a 1-point advantage here with 2:15 to go in the opening quarter play. So quite an effective scoring drive for the Centennial Huskies. 6 plays, 59 yards. It took 110. And Watson with his 6th touchdown run of the season. Well, the Honor Bowl football invitation is the